So, since COVID-19 changed the economy, I recently changed my business model to fully virtual. Reason is obvious. Uh, they in my market, they shut down everything, shut down real estate, shut everything down when COVID-19 first started, and then slowly but surely we went through phase one, phase two, and they reopened real estate. But now you can't have open houses, and that's something that uh, rehabbers rely upon when they're trying to sell the house after it's fixed up. And then also, if you're an investor, you do that wholesaling technique. You also sometimes want to have an open house to have different people come in the house. So it's just pointing towards where I had to take everything virtual because of the social distancing and everything else like that. So here's a real life example of what I do. This right here is a house recently that we bought uh, we wholesaled. So this is a recent house that we wholesaled. This is exactly what it looked like. The seller was out of town. Seller was in like there was a couple that was separated. One was living in Alaska. The other one I think was in Tennessee. And I was in contact with them over the phone and email, through email basically. Most of the time was through email and text. So the house was vacant. The only time I went to this house was to take pictures. So that's a good thing you can do in this economy. If a house is vacant, then you're okay. You don't have to really worry about the COVID stuff. But if it's not, then that's when you have to. So all I did was go over there, take pictures. I went over and picked up the keys from their property manager about 2 miles away, and then came back, put a lockbox on the door, and put the key there because I want to get the contractor for the buyer and the person who's going to come take a look at it, who wants to take on the contract. So this is exactly what it looked like inside and out. The house needed repair, and the house needed repair, and we were looking to make a profit, and we had a rehabber in mind that we were going to assign this to. So what we did, we signed a contract with the seller, like we said, like I was saying before. We signed a contract with the seller, the purchase and sale agreement, and then I turned around and I assigned that contract to the buyer. Now the buyer has the rights. Now the buyer has the rights to this contract. Okay. So then now the buyer has the rights to that contract. I assigned it to that guy, and that buyer, 3 months later, this was the product. So this was 3 or 4 months. I don't know I forget how long it took him, but typically it's about 3 months. So this is what he ended up doing to the house. So it looks good. He completely redeveloped it, and numbers. We contracted it for 167,000. We assigned this to buyer for 175. We made $7,900, and then the buyer, I think, sold it for like three and a quarter, or 350. Yeah, I don't know how much money he put into it, but yeah, it was. I think he put a lot of money into it and sold it for like 350. So matter of fact, let me show you. Let me show you the house. So this is the house right here. Let me show you the before. These are the pictures I took from before. So this is exactly what it looked like. This was in my neighborhood in Tacoma, Washington. Or not my neighborhood, but in our metro, in our market. But this is what it looked like. This house was kind of like an eyesore in the community. He had to redo the whole deck, the stairs. He did landscaping. I think he put in a new fence. Okay, so then now this is what the house looked like after, like I just showed you. Started off right here. Boom, boom, boom. So this guy did a good job. He knew exactly what he was doing. It was a nice size home, and he got in and got out, just like we got in and got out. So he did a good job. Okay, so now, hey, to continue watching this video, go to bukudata.com. Again, go to bukudata.com to continue watching this video to find out what I'm doing and to see if you can start doing it as well. So go to bukudata.com and I'll see you on the other side.